All right, Sebastien Bourdais is wearing all black because we are in mourning here at Circuit of the Americas. P17, I don't think that was your master plan for qualifying. It wasn't for a lack of trying. Can you speak on your own struggles, but also for many drivers who, if you just watched qualifying at home, oh my goodness, snap oversteer, understeer, locking brakes, your wrists and arms must be destroyed along with everyone else.
Well, maybe if I had gone through the whole qualifying segments, but unfortunately on the Seal Master side, it's me. I mean, I can't drive like that. I'm not good at it. I've never been good at it.
Granted, I've seen you hold on to oversteering. I mean, you have the talent, but it's the comfort.
No.
But what wasn't your car doing that you needed it to?
So the big thing for me is I can drive a loose car if the front's really good, because I can lean on it.
Yeah.
And I can drive a somewhat understeery car if the rear is really good. But when you have limitations with the rear and the front's not there, then it's just like you're on for the ride, and anything you do from here is just a bit worse rear and a tiny bit better front, or a bit worse front and a bit better rear, but it's never, either end is never ever any good. So I do really struggle with that. And so obviously when the grip of the track is low, you tend to get in those situations a lot. And it's a tough track because you got basically a fast rolling road course, and then you have the slowest corners of the whole season.
Yeah.
So, and 6 of them or 5 of them. So it's a very tough compromise to find. And I wasn't competitive at the test, and I was a little better yesterday when it got hot. I think it kind of helped to activate the front tires, so I was getting a bit more feedback and everything. But yeah, those Firestones, even the options, when it gets like overcast like that, I really struggle to just turn them on, and yeah, just a lot of guys have done a heck of a lot better than I have, and I end up where I end up. So it's disappointing for the guys. I mean, it's not by lack of trying. Poor Craig's pulling all his hair out, and there's just not much. Like I'm not even really helping because I don't know what to do. It's just a different compromise here and there, but we go around in a circle. It just doesn't get us anywhere. So
and these kinds of conversations obviously have been happening up and down pit lane. I can't even say those who qualified in the Fast 6 hopped out of the car saying it was perfect. You can't make it any better. Like even the ones who are super quick are saying there's big pieces of this puzzle we haven't solved yet, but they've maybe solved more than some other teams.
Oh, they just deal with it better than others. I mean, like you said, I don't know that anybody's happy. It's just about who's got the least evil car that they can hang on to and produce lap time with. So it's just not my strong point, and it's never been, and unfortunately I paid the price pretty heavily. And then the red flag probably hurt us a little bit. We only got 1 lap. You'd think that maybe we could have improved on second, but so maybe most everybody else. So I don't know. Honestly, it's just tough, and you got to shoot for something. Conditions change a lot between yesterday and today. Temperature and track temperature and sun in general, energy in the tires. So it is what it is, but it was not a grand performance by any means. So not a feel-good moment at all. So.
And granted, there are a lot of IndyCar drivers feeling the same way as Seb right now. I'll just speak for those of us who aren't driving and say that it was spectacular to watch. Again, the amount of oversteer, understeer, cars just sliding all over the place. I imagine tomorrow, if the conditions are anything similar, 60 laps around here. It's either going to be 59 laps of yellow because people are going to be flying off and craziness, or it's going to be amazing. I can't wait for tomorrow's race, but let's talk about qualifying. Hey, Felix Rosenqvist is going to be on pole. Oh, crap. Alexander Rossi, he's got it. It's done. There's only a few seconds left. Will Power is on pole. You were watching some of this. It just seemed like this amazing little bit here, little bit there. You almost just had to wait till it was over. There's no reason to watch and think anyone was on pole because it kept changing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, Will just on reruns on tires, and Penske in general just being amazing. like faster than what he had been on the Q2 run with new tires. Like, I don't know what they do or how they do it, but they figured something that nobody else have, and it's hats off. Obviously, big thumbs up to Felix.
I was going to say the rookies as well.
45-4.
Yeah, in
Q2.
the final, it was. I was laughing out loud.
Like,
I saw his dad, and I'm like, "Your kid's ridiculous." I just want you to know. But if we look at the final qualifying, Colton Herta again, the smallest team, the newest, youngest. They got great technology, but I'm just saying this isn't a well-oiled machine like the other
smallest team.
teams.
You mean with 3 Andretti engineers?
Well,
I don't know. And that's not to diminish anything.
No.
Colton's obviously cold-blooded, first of all, because he puts the lap, when it needs to, and he's done it.
He's a little animal. He's a little psycho.
And
but that's the same with a lot of our rookies.
Yeah, and he just made it happen. Pato made a great effort too in that Carlin car. Santino obviously
11th for Santino
made it happen in Q1, and then I think they really shot themselves in the foot by going early in Q2. That was a no-gain scenario unless there was a red flag.
So Pato has to be happy out qualifying his veteran teammate, his first race with the team. I don't want to say anything about Santino out qualifying his veteran teammate, but nonetheless, I know you cheer for him. Let's maybe close on that, Seb. Obviously, the veterans we're always going to place the most amount of faith in their performances in the race. Got to feel, though, that there's some not just youth, but quality youth here standing up saying, hey, we're coming for you. I love that. How about you?
When you're the one on the receiving end, it's not a very pretty feeling, but it is what it is, and I know where my strengths are and where my weaknesses are, so I'm not playing on my strengths here, but it is what it is. I think, Dixie must be like, oh my, like Felix is going to be pushing it, which is, good for the show, good for the series, good for Ganassi, I'm sure. And we're not alone. We're gonna get a push on those rookies, and it's gonna be interesting. But it's a long, very diverse season where a lot of things have to be understood, learned, and obviously put to the test. So we obviously had a very spectacular, impressive rookie last year with Robbie.
Yep.
Leading the championship and being there, super speedways, ovals, street, road, whatever, and we got another few quality rookies that have jumped this year, and then it shows what that series is all about. It's that driver engineer combination, and when you get it right, it produces it does produce results. And I don't say that because obviously my guys are just awesome, but it's there's some very strong additions to the series, and it's gonna be interesting to watch for sure. Coming back to the race, I don't know what it's gonna look like. Honestly, I think there will be yellows because we've seen way too many red flags and guys making mistakes, because it is so hard to hang on to those cars and to do it for 60 laps. I don't know that there's not gonna be a few mistakes here and there. Hopefully what kind of makes us a little slow on a one-lapper maybe is our strength in the race. We'll see. There's a first visit to COTA, so we'll find out what we got.
We should close by mentioning your note to close yesterday's Hamburger and French Fries show of buy some GD t-shirts. Our friend Dare from Toronto Motorsports sent me a note and said, sold 20 Hamburger and French Fry t-shirts. The crowd loves that, apparently. You hear that?
Well, look, they all went to the gravel trap here.
Don't tell them that they're cheering for a race. They're cheering for our T-shirts. Anyways, 20 T-shirts sold overnight, all benefiting the Wilson Children's Fund. So
keep it up, guys. Keep it up.
And stop cursing, you dirty Frenchman.
Did I say anything?